So you have $1,000 sitting in your bank account. It's not enough to retire on, and it's not enough to flip into being an overnight millionaire. So what do? Do you dump it into the S&P 500 and try to wait for some small gains? Or is there something else you could do with this money? A smarter move that will change your life. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what I mean. So let's get into it. Let's start with the hard truth. Taking that $1,000 and putting it into the S&P is not gonna make you any substantial amount of money. Instead, let's talk about an investment that could completely change your life, and that's investing in yourself. You might ask what this even means. It is a pretty vague concept, but I'm about to break it down. I knew someone that was check to check for 2 years after high school. One day after saving up $800, he put it into learning graphic design, online courses, software, Photoshop, and aside from that, doing small projects for free to build his portfolio. Within 6 months, he was making great money freelancing before the market got saturated. Within a year, he was making double what his old salary was, and now he's doing what he loves. So far, it's about acquiring the tools and the knowledge you need to become more valuable as a person. Now I'm gonna lay down the exact roadmap on how to do this. You need to ask yourself what interests you the most. Is it real estate? Is it stocks? Is it crypto? Does it have to do with building AI? There are tons of options, but the key here is to pick something that you're naturally curious about and keeps pulling you in. A great analogy is, let's say you're going to the gym. You have to set a goal. Do you want to lose weight or build muscle? You can apply the same analogy to what we're doing here, because what you have to do is pick a focus and commit to mastering it. This is the part that most people skip. You don't just take that $1,000 and throw it into something randomly. Here's an example from my own experience when I was 18 years old. I spent $10,000 trying to build a clothing brand. Yes, $10,000 spent at age 18. And guess what? It failed. Not because I wasn't motivated enough to make the money and build the brand, but it failed because I didn't do enough prior research. But now looking back, I wouldn't do it all over again because I learned more from that experience than any book or course has ever taught me. Now imagine if I just took 10% of that $10,000 and invested it into courses and research. I probably would have avoided running the business into the ground. So the goal here for this step is to watch tutorials, join communities, ask questions, find people that are already doing what you want to do. And yes, this does kind of take time and you need to accept that. But without this, your foundation will crumble and everything that you try to build on that $1,000 is going to fall. By this point, you've picked your path and done your homework. Now it's time to take the leap. Let's say you studied e-commerce. You might use that $1,000 to buy inventory and try to launch your first store. Or if real estate is your thing, you might pool that together with other people for your first deal. The point is you've done your research, and that research should translate into confidence. And you might fail, but that's part of the process. And here, if you take a look at the screen, I show you simple ways you could use that $1,000 in some of the things that I mentioned earlier. So remember at the beginning of the video when I asked you, what's the smartest way to invest $1,000? The answer is in yourself. And it does sound corny, but if you use this $1,000 wisely, you're not only gonna build your bank account, but you're gonna build your mind. So take risks, good luck, and have fun doing it. Peace.